Hey everybody, it's Paul with Screenwriting Scribe here today with you, talking to you about some of the latest stuff from Coverfly. If you don't know, this is a great resource for new writers and also intermediate and advanced writers as well too. This month I want to talk about their 2023 list of lists. What these lists have is ways to look at different types of screenwriters and screenplays and stuff like that. And you can look at it from here, from the top industry list filtered for Coverfly. So you can look at different stuff from the Nickel Fellowship. And so if we click on this particular page, you can go through and look at the different screenplays that have come out, into the blue from 2022. And you can look at these. We can click on it just like that. And then you can request to actually get the script so you can read the script. So one of the things as beginning screenwriters especially we need to do is read scripts. We need to read a lot of different scripts. And scripts like these, scripts that are well done, are one of the great tools. And these scripts are free when we can request from. You might not get all your requests, but if you request enough of them, you're going to get some of them. When you get these, you'll be able to see how to write. What does this writing look like? How do they craft a story? This will help you give a better idea of what good screenplays look like. So you can look through the Nickel Fellowship, which we just got done doing, Sony Pictures. And again, these are just ones that come from Coverfly. And so they're not every single screenplay known to man, but just the ones that Coverfly has. But they have a lot of different ones that you can look at. The next list, Page International, that type of stuff. And then they also have they just have ones that are just on Coverfly. So you can look at the best unproduced project list. You can list the best unrepped writers. And so if we click on one of these, we can take a look and see. Again, it sort of talks about what the film is, a little synopsis of the film, and then who the author is. And again, if we want to get this, we can simply go on Patterns and request for it. And you never know. We might get it. We might be able to read it. And again, this gives us an idea of what a good screenplay looks like, what a good story looks like, what people are looking for in the industry. Now, granted, you have to remember what your story is, but this is, if you read enough of these, you'll begin to sort of see and understand what good characters look like, what good plots look like. And again, so you're able to tell your story. You get to see lots of different ways of telling different stories and just learning how to craft a story. So that's why I really encourage everybody to just pick up scripts and read them. That's what I like to do as well too. I pick up different scripts. I try to do one a week and just get used to. And I've been really liking horror genres, so just get used to the genre is what I was going to say. And so try to do that. I think it's and the account for Coverfly is free, so you can just log into that, and I'll show you what you can do from your Coverfly account. But this is the list of lists that you can do from that. And like I said, there's a bunch of different screenplays that you can request and hopefully be able to download. So once you have your free Coverfly account, and you can see this is the short screenplay that I've submitted right now for people, if I want people to be able to read them and stuff like that. There's actually, we'll talk about reading stuff here in a second. You can actually get on a free page where you can actually submit your script for free and have other writers read it and give you notes, which I think is pretty cool. And that's what I was doing with Chaplains, much as a short web series that I was creating. So once you have logged in, you'll have your dashboard, which is sort of this right here. You'll have the lists. You can take a look at all you can take all the lists that we've just gotten done looking at. They also have a wonderful extra page. And so you can look at these different things. You have like Pitch Week. You can apply to meet virtually with literary managers, agents, and producers. Career mentorship, a free 6-month mentorship with professional writers. Virtual live reads, industry mandates, fee waiver. You can also, they do a lot of the stuff here on here, even though it's a free account that you have, there's a lot of things that you can pay for. And so there's an ability, depending on your situation, you might be able to get some of those fees waived. And then you also have Career Lab. Let's take a look at that for a second, because I thought that was interesting. Now, this did cost some money, but you can sort of see what they've had in the past here. You can see making your script into $1 billion horror franchise, where they had Chad and Carrie Hayes talk about the writers of the Conjuring franchise. You got to have access to that. You can still get access to that right now if you pay some money to do that. You can look at the post-strike playbook, insight from literary managers, horror stories from a talent perspective. I think this story, this type of mentorship this tier was more focused on horror and that type of elements. They're not always focused on that, but you can begin to see what you can learn from these folks here and stuff like that, where you get people who are accomplished screenwriters who have done stuff in the industry, and you get to learn from them. One of the other things you can do is look at competitions with your free account, and there's a bunch of different stuff coming up right now. So if you're watching this video, you can see that the TSL free screenplay contest is coming up, and that's deadline is January 31st. You can see there's some other ones coming up here in December as well too. There's always new and exciting things to, if you want to do some type of screenplay competition, you can do that. And a lot of the contests have different prices, like the one we just looked above. That's free. The Killer Shorts horror films is $10. Outstanding screenplay features competition, $80. So you can see there's a wide range of contests that you can enter if you want to do that. And I know there's a lot of different opinions on a contest, but if this is something that you want to do, this is a place where you can do that. You can find the competition you want and try to enter it. So the next thing you can do is just go up to submit and then hit notes, and then you can also get coverage. So coverage is where someone will read your screenplay and then give you feedback based on that. And there's a bunch of different services that you can do. You can do Coverfly, which they'll charge you between $200 and $700. Now, I'm not saying these notes are cheap at all, depending on what you want, but there are some that are very affordable. There's ones. This next one's $50. There's $45, $125, $75, $99, or free. And if you haven't, let's see if I can get into the CoverX program. You simply can just click on that. And this is from fellow writers. So if you want to get peer notes, you just simply go here and you can say there's 391 scripts that have been exchanged. So you can see that there's a lot of people that are looking at this, so you're going to get feedback on your stuff. You can earn tokens by giving feedback to people. And the average token bid you can see is probably about 4 to 5. You can also give peer notes, and they do a really nice job of letting you know when you're going to have this due back. So today I'm creating this video back on 12/11, and so if I would click one for today, I would have to have it back within 5 days. So you can't sit on a script for long periods of time. And you can see my feedback rating for the feedback that I've given other people is 4.33 out of 5, and I've gotten better over the last period of time with me being able to give people feedback on this particular platform. When I first started, I wasn't very good, but then I sort of got a lot better at, and I've read a couple books on how to do coverage as well too, and I think that's really helped with being able to give people good notes. And so that's one of the drawbacks of this particular system. It depends on who you get for feedbacks. They could be really good, or they could really not be. So here's some ideas, some of the scripts that you could claim. And then, so what would happen is, okay, if you want to give feedback to other people, you can look at this. And so when you look at the title, and then you can see the brief synopsis is that little I right next to it. And then after that, it tells you what it's basically rated. It tells you it's science fiction, feature, about how many pages. And if you do the feedback, you'll get 3 tokens. So you can use those tokens to turn around and have someone else grade your own work. So what you can use the tokens for, so once you claim one of these tokens, you give the feedback and you get the 2 tokens, you can then turn around and put your own script up there and say that you'll pay someone 2 tokens to read your script. And so basically that's what tokens are for. It's so that you just can't come in and say, hey, I want you to read my script and not have any skin in the game. And so having to read somebody else's scripts will allow you to get into the system and stuff like that. So once you get your tokens, then you can go to give peer notes, and then you can use your tokens to submit your own work. And so you see I have 72 tokens, so I've read a fair amount of scripts here on Coverfly. So it's really an easy system. It doesn't take much to do. And in some sense, it's really good because it allows you to sort of figure out. It helps you with your own script because it helps you see how other people structure their script, what works in their scripts, what doesn't work in their scripts, why it doesn't work or why it does work. So that's Coverfly. So give it a look-see. And like I said, right now is a great time to go and take a look at their list of lists and being able to download some scripts and be able to read some free scripts, some good free scripts. So take advantage of that right now. Until the next video, live well and write well.